Hey there, good looking. Join me for this shoulder sculpting workout. Hey, listen, we are hitting your shoulders. There's no question about that. We'll also get the arms and your core muscles, and then you'll want to stick around to the very end. I have a really cool shoulder finisher for us. For this workout, I recommend a pair of light and moderate weight dumbbells. For reference, I have a pair of 5s and 8s. You'll also need a piece of light tubing for our shoulder activator series to get ourselves ready for the workout. And my beginners, please have a chair or a bench nearby so we can elevate the ground for one of the exercises for you. All right, let's go get busy. All right, before we get started, if you have a watch and you like to track your fitness, push start now. For reference, I have an Apple Watch and I chose the HIIT setting. I kind of choose the HIIT setting for everything. But anyways, okay, we're gonna start with the tubing and then work our way down to rotator cuff. I want you to grab and make sure that your tubing is light, okay? Band pull apart, bring the arms in front, tighten up that core, pull the band towards the upper chest, squeeze the shoulder blades, and come back to start. So when we come, we're moving through the shoulder blades, a little bit through the elbows, but not that much. We're trying to get the shoulders warmed up here. So today's workout consists of 2 exercises per circuit, 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds recovery, and then a special little shoulder finisher at the end. Last 4, 3, 2, woo, feel my shoulders already. 1. All right, I want you to mirror me. Place this hand in this pocket. Place this hand right in front of it. And then I want you to pretend that you're pulling a sword out of your pocket and reach up and across. I know we do that a lot, pulling the swords out of our pocket, especially before we sit down at dinner, right? You don't want a sword at the dinner table. That's really rude. I didn't make the name of the exercise up. Sword in pocket is actually a physio exercise. For our purposes today is warming up the shoulder joint. Now you're going to want to readjust so that you've got some tubing to play with when you get up there, right? Beautiful. Last 4, don't twist through the hips. 3, just moving through that shoulder joint. 2, and 1. All right, let's anchor the other side. 3, 2, 1. Pull the sword out this side. Good. And then readjust. For instance, right now, I need a little bit more tubing so I can feel that resistance. I'm leading with my pinky, pulling away, because that's how you pull a sword out, apparently. Always lead with the pinky. I'll be paying attention next time I watch fencing, because that happens oh so often. Here you go, last 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's bring that tube right behind the back, run underneath the armpits, press forward and back. Now we're warming up the front of the shoulders. Notice the upper body staying really still. I'm just moving now, shoulders, elbows, core is tight, all that fun stuff. 4 more, and then we'll grab our light dumbbell, hit into the rotator cuff, and then away we go. Last one. Excellent. All right, let's lie down on our side. Dumbbell in the right hand. Right elbow rests into the waist for me. Okay, now let's keep a 90-degree bend of that elbow. Lift up. Think about keeping the shoulder pulled back and then lower down, dumbbell to belly. So we're not moving, letting the shoulder rock forward and back. I want you to be really careful of that. We're hitting, as I mentioned, the rotator cuff. However, it's really easy to kick it out if we just allow this sort of sloppy movement pattern. So I want you to be strong with it. Now, it's going to get tired really fast. The rotator cuff is a small muscle group. It likes light load and high reps. So at any time, you can drop the dumbbell and just continue the movement against gravity, and you will feel it. So I'm not looking for you to burn your rotator cuff out before we begin, okay? Last one. Whew. All right, other side. Here we go, elbow and lift. Now you may find you can't lift the arm up as high on each side, and those are just really nice observations to make while you're working out. You're learning about your body here. Doesn't mean that the rotator cuff is weaker on this particular side if you're having a hard time lifting it as high as the other side. It's actually, that's more due to shoulder mobility. Last 4. 3, keep that wrist still. 2, and 1. Woo! All right, let's come to stand. We're gonna get started in a few seconds. Grab a quick sip of water if you need it. Our first grouping, we've got V flies to hit the rear deltoid, and then we're gonna be shoulder bearing to hit our core with a mountain climber. Now I'm doing mountain climbers with my hands on my dumbbells because my wrist is really sensitive lately. I don't know what's going on. By beginners, I want you to pull that chair or bench out and elevate your hands even higher, all right? I want you to feel good with this workout. Let's take those light dumbbells. If you're like me and need dumbbells for your mountain climbers, maybe get those set up. We have a hip hinge. Palms are gonna face you, and then we're pushing the arms back and coming back under the body. So it's almost making a letter V. We kind of start with the dumbbells together, bottom part of that V, and then push away. Neutral spine, draw that belly button in. We've activated in that deep core. We have that hip hinge, right? So we're moving through that hip joint, not bending forward through the waist. Hitting into the rear delts, as I said, and you might feel a little toastiness happening in your upper back too. There's a little extra muscle for you. I won't charge you for it. As mentioned, we have 40 seconds of work, so I just want you to breathe, find a pace and a rhythm that you can maintain for the full 40 seconds. Let's get one more in. All right, we've got mountain climbers, and we're gonna take these mountain climbers slow, so we really get the core, hips, and quads activated. I'm placing my hands on dumbbell posts so I can keep my wrists neutral. You can also elevate your body on chair or bench. Wrists under shoulders, feet apart, long line in the body. Draw one knee in, pause. Other knee in, pause. Shoulders are pulled back and down. Good, a little lift through the hips a little bit. Closer your feet are together, the harder the move is too. So if you're having a tough time, feet apart, it's gonna give you a bigger base of support. Now once you see me, take a look at the top of your mat. Long line in your body. Top of the head, down to your heels. We have 2 sets, all right? So just mentally prepare yourself. Breathe it. Last few reps, and then we stand. All right, come to stand. Grab those dumbbells, V lifts. So feet are hip width apart. We have that hip hinge, and then I want you to draw that belly button in towards the spine. Palms facing, 3, 2, 1, press, squeeze the shoulder blades, release. Breathe out as the arms go behind. Now I'm really feeling the back of my shoulders, so I hope I'm not the only one. Hopefully you're feeling it now. It's our second set, so no time like now to get those shoulders going. Come on. Last one. Come to stand. All right, we got one more of those mountain climbers. Again, my beginners, wrists are underneath the shoulders and elevate those hands. Even up on a Bosu, kind of makes the move a little easier, a little nicer. Here we go. Wrists under shoulders, no matter where you are, feet apart. Draw the belly button in. Take a gaze at the top of your mat. One knee drives, pause, release. Knees dry, pause, release. So we're not going fast. Slow, slow, slow. Still gonna get that heart rate up. But we're gonna be on one leg for just a touch longer, creating a little bit more heat in the muscles of the hips and your thighs. Come to stand. Woo! We'll get those out of our way. Grab your lights. Okay. Oh, nope. Grab your moderate. Sorry, my bad. Taking it into a wide upright row. So, feet are apart. We're pulling up, and then we end with the knuckles pointed to the wall behind us. Let's try it. Ready? Pull up, release. Pull up, release. Okay, hey, you keep going, please. If you ever see this, or you decide to take a group class and they start doing this, don't do that. Oh gosh. It's the worst thing for the humeral head, okay? You're just signing yourself up for shoulder impingement with that. You are just saying, yeah, I want to go to physio. Give me more of that exercise. So here, safer way to hit the rear delt, hit the mid-back muscles without sending you to physio. All right, my advanced people, dumbbell in each hand. Intermediate beginners, you might want dumbbell in one hand. We're going to start with a low impact and then I'm going to go high impact. So you can start with me and then we can ramp it up. We're going to take it out, press, squat, press, squat, press. Come on, squat. So it's a mini squat or jack and press. Okay, you got your two? All right. Now a dumbbell in each hand is going to make this a lot harder, isn't it? I might try it on the second set. I'm pacing myself. Woo! All right, grab the partner to that dumbbell if you put one down. Keep moving those feet while we wait for that timer. Wide upright row. Remember, we are never doing that. Dumbbells together. Keep them apart and then let the flow of the knuckles go to the back of the wall. Just not much nicer range for the shoulder joint. As we get older, man, it's so easy to have these little nigglies in your shoulder, right? You know what a niggly is, right? Like it's just enough to be a pain in the ass in your life, but not enough to send you to physio. So we want to try to work those out and not make them worse. Breathe out as we pull up. March it. All right, so let's try it, right? Let's try it. Dumbbell in each hand. We move on after this. So now we can take it, bit of squat, squat, squat. Now join me on the tempo. Join me on the tempo. Good. Or woo! All right, we need both sets of dumbbells close by. We're going to switch them out. Start with the heavier of the two. Okay, roll the shoulders back and down. Set the shoulders for me. Good. Mirror me. Take this hand. Ready? Push the arm up, lower down, shoulder height only, shoulders pulled back and down. Keeping the core tight. No more movement in that body. Strong and stable. Front raise now, hitting the front of your shoulder. Now I chose to double up today's workout for the rear delt, the back of the shoulder. In my experience of working with people, the rear delt tends to be a weaker muscle, keep moving, than the anterior, your front delt. And it makes sense, right? We do so much in front of the body, not a lot of this. So our first movement pattern, our first two movement patterns were all for the rear delt. All right, let's switch out. Now, we're gonna do a little bit of front jab, uppercut. Don't freak out if you don't like boxing. This is really good for the shoulders and it's gonna keep the heart rate up there. Knees soft. Now, you want to front jab, upper, upper. 1, 2, 3, 4. Reset. Now, when we punch, We're not throwing the elbow out there. Good. This probably isn't actually how you punch when you're in a ring, okay? This is fitness boxing. So just be safe. Move through range of motion that feels good. You notice I'm moving my feet too to help me pivot. One more. All right, I'm gonna grab a quick sip. We go back to those front raises. Now, follow suit, okay? Shoulders pulled up, back down, lock them there. Here we go. Right arm up, breathe. Softness in the elbow, wrist is straight. Shoulders height only, please and thank you. Anything higher, it's not gonna hit your deltoid any harder, and in fact, could set us up for impingement. So we just go to shoulder height. And this is where mirrors come in handy. So if you don't have one in your workout area and you have an option to get one in your workout area, I do recommend. It gives you some good feedback for this movement as well as our hip hinge, our deadlift patterns. I found mine in my gym in Virage, $25 time. All right, weighted uppercut and jab, and it's a huge piece of mirror. I got it for a steal. All right. So here, you gonna mirror me? Okay, let's do it. Ready? Jab, jab, uppercut, uppercut. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. Good. We're moving on after this. So the issue when you're programming a single muscle workout is you also need to give it time to recover. So I can't just give you set after set. So this is why we did the mountain climbers, jack and press. This guy here, a little lighter weight, giving the shoulders some recovery time from the actual strength. Time. Woo. All right. You're going to want the moderates, and then we head down on the mat. I want one light, okay? So let's start with the moderates here. Let's pull the shoulders back and down. Elbows are gonna be bent, okay? Think about pouring water out of a pitcher. So you're trying to almost lead with the elbows slightly. The more bent the elbow is, a little more manageable the exercise. Side lateral now, hitting the medial deltoid. So you have 3 heads in the shoulder, front, medial, rear. We did 2 exercises for the rear, 1 for the anterior, 1 for the medial. However, the secondary move of all of the circuits also hit your shoulders, and we still have the finisher to do. So hopefully you're feeling the love in the shoulders by now. All right, when you come down onto your left side. All right. Forearm on the ground, knee on the ground. We're lifting up into a side plank. My advanced people, you have the option of going into full side plank. Then grab that light dumbbell. All right, now let's add a press and back down. Take a gaze up, okay? I want that dumbbell to be pressing straight up above you, not back behind. So I want you to have control with that shoulder, that you're not letting the dumbbell float back, especially the further away it is from the body. So we're not going to go heavy with this press because we can get into some danger zone here. You need to be able to control it up through there. And so this is going to work a bit of shoulder, but more important, shoulder stability. When we do the second set, we'll do the other side. Last 2. 1 more. Woo, lower down. All right, side lateral. Knees soft, nice and tall in the spine. Let's have those elbows bent, all right? 3, 2, 1, and again, it's like you're pouring water out of a pitcher. Margaritas out of a pitcher. That's more fun. There we go. We're pouring some margaritas. What do you like, lime, strawberry? or fancy. I once had a hibiscus lime margarita. Oh gosh, that was good. It's not the kind of thing you make at home, is it? Well, maybe you do. If you do, oh my gosh, where's my invite? I want to come over. I'm a lot of fun. I promise I'll entertain you. You just make margaritas. Time. All right, let's do the other side plank. Here we go. So right side, okay? Now you got those two options, right? We're on the bottom knee. This is where I'm going to stay. My advanced people, you can do feet stacked or even scissored, whatever works for you. Dumbbell in the other hand. 3, 2, 1. Drive yourself up. Now pressing, making sure that that dumbbell doesn't float back. Mine almost did. I had to rethink, reset, recalibrate, and strengthen up in that end range there. Keeping that hip up high. Keeping the ear away from that bottom shoulder. We've got space in that neck area. We'll grab a sip of water after this, and then we'll move into our finisher. Last 2. One more. Lower the hips. Well done, you. All right, grab a sip of water. We'll get set up for that finisher. All right, in about 30 seconds, we are going to be doing a 2-minute, as many rounds as possible series with our shoulders. So we're going to take most of the exercises we just learned, do 1 rep of each and rotate that through that. So what were they again? They were the V fly. Come to stand, wide row, front lateral, side lateral, and we'll go through it again. We'll just keep doing that for 2 minutes. I'm going to talk you through everything, so don't you worry. Ready? Hip hinge, give me a fly, upright row, front lateral, side lateral. Do it again. Fly, row, front, side, fly, upright row, whoo, front, side, fly, row, front, side. So we're still going slow and with control. Here we go. Fly. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Upright row. Knuckles pointed to the wall behind you. Front, shoulder height only. Side, shoulder height only. Let's do it again. Fly. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Upright row. Knuckles go back. Front, shoulder height only. Side, shoulder height only. Oh boy, here we go. Fly it out. Less than a minute. Upright row. Knuckles go back. Front. Strong in the core. Side. Let's go. Fly. Wide row. Knuckles go up. Back. Good. Front. Elbows soft. Abs engaged. Knees soft. Hip hinge. Fly. Row. Oh, less than 30 seconds. Front. Side. Let's do it again. Fly. Breathe with me. Come on, we're so close. Front. Side. Let's see if we can get one more of each. Come on. Fly. Wide row. Whoa. Front. Let's do it. Come on. Side. We got this. Woo! Oh, boy. Woo! Give me a low high five. Oh, wow. Great job. That was a little bit of a burner, wasn't it? Woo! All right, grab a sip of water. We're going to do some stretches. Cheers, and then we can continue on with our day. That was a good one. Thank you for joining me on that. Let's take the arm, okay? Bent elbow, press in. Oh, doesn't that feel lovely? Now, because the triceps did work, especially on our pressing motions, let's bring the hand behind the head. See if we can guide it further down with the other hand here, and then lean away. Nice. Center, bent elbow. In between the shoulder blades, walk it down a bit more if you can. Maybe give it some guidance with this hand. Lean away. Back to center. Come on to all fours for me, please. Right arm reaches up, look up. Now thread it under the chest, lower down. Side of head on the mat. Really walk that right arm away from you. This left one, now let's walk it around our back and see if we can grab onto the right thigh and hold. My bum's in the air, head's resting on the mat. Stretching into that right shoulder and then the front of our left. 2 more breaths. Plant the left hand. Let's bring that right arm up to the ceiling again. Plant it down. Same thing, left side. Reach up, look up, spread it under. Side of the head onto the floor. Walk that right arm around. See if we can grab on to the left thigh. Couple more breaths. Right hand plants on the mat. Let's lift up, bring that left arm to ceiling again. Then plant it underneath the shoulders, knees apart underneath the hips. Inhale, let the low back sag, head looks up, shoulder blades draw together. Exhale, push the ground away and then protract the shoulder blades. So I want you to think about the mid-back shoulder blade region more on this instead of the lower spine. One more. Nice. Big toes together. Open the knees up. Walk the hands forward. Forehead mat. Hold. Come to a sit. Yoga foam chip yoga block or pillow under the hips. If your hips are tight, take your hand, bring it out here, bring your ear to shoulder here. This hand's going to gently pull, create some length to the side of the neck and all the way down to the top of the shoulder. Now take this hand, place it behind the back, palm facing away, and hold. I encourage you, if you have the space, a lot of people have to make their workout space just before they work out, but if you have one that can live as your workout space, to get a yoga foam chip block, especially if you have tight hips. Even right now, if I had one, I'd be sitting on one. It just elevates the hips a little higher, makes these seated positions a little easier for tight hips and for people with sensitive low backs. Release. Other hand, walk it, ear to shoulder. Give it a little nudge, feel that stretch. Now take this hand, place it behind the back, palm facing away. So yoga blocks, foam chip, and yoga strap. Even if you don't do yoga. We use them a lot in my workouts. They just help us out. They bring the ground a little closer, bring the hips a little higher. And with straps, bring our leg a little closer. Or makes our arms a little longer, doesn't it? Because the straps are used instead of our arms. Release. Hey, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Drop a comment down below. I love reading them. Have a fabulous rest of your day, and we'll see you next workout. Bye. And then we're going to begin this workout with a shoulder activator series in which you'll need a piece of yeah, going a little crazy here. Hey there, good looking. Grab some dumbbells and join me for this. I tried to put dumbbells, shoulder, sculpting, and all one word. Didn't work. Didn't work too well, did it? Nope. Now we're going to begin the circuit or the Oh. Okay, this is what happens when you try to say too much, right? Just keep it simple. And then there's none of this.